gardens have become popular over the last 15 years. About 27% of the public elementary schools in the U.S. have a school garden. However, they are less common in low-income and non-urban communities. I live in a city, so my school had a garden when I started second grade, but a new building was being built where it stood, and the garden was never replaced. Every day, children eat fast food and junk food that contains high levels of fat and sugars. Lunches at school have less fruits and vegetables. The number of overweight and obese children is growing. Approximately 1 in 3 children is overweight or at the risk of being overweight. The number of weight-related chronic diseases such as diabetes have a huge concern. School gardens help to combat non-healthy eating habits by teaching children about healthy choices and proper nutrition. Children discover that vegetables don't magically appear on grocery store shelves. The pride in growing vegetables, along with knowing where they came from, is motivation for children to try them. Vegetables are an important part of the diet not only because they provide necessary vitamins, but also because they prevent cancer and heart disease. Food grown in school gardens has the shortest distance to travel from harvest to the plate, so no nutrition will be lost. Most states have food safety manuals and training on how to handle food picking. The purpose is to reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses. Maintaining gardens year-round and year after year requires a commitment from teachers and parents as well as help from gardeners in the community, especially during summer break. Children should be familiar with the vegetables being grown. Many vegetables such as lettuce, radishes, peas, and spinach can be planted from seed and grown within 30 days so that the children can see them grow and harvest before summer break. Other vegetables such as tomatoes, peppers, cabbages, beans, and squash have a longer growing time and will not be harvested until children return to school in the fall. Raised beds are easy to construct. Making a bed that measures 3 feet by 6 feet, this way the children can easily reach across. To make a raised bed, buy 3 pine boards that are 6 foot long, 2 inch by 12-inch wide. One 6-foot board needs to be cut into 2 3-foot sections. To build the bed, all you do is screw the boards together at the corners with 3.5-inch deck screws. Pre-drill the holes to prevent splitting. Find a location where the ground is level and gets sun for most of the day. Placing it on grass is the best. Put the frame in place. Place a layer of cardboard or 3/4-inch layer of new paper inside the bed. On top of that, put down 2 inches of sandy soil, then 4 inches of compost and 2 inches of potting mix with fertilizer. Plant the seeds that are marked with the names of the vegetables. A garden planner software can be used to plan which vegetables to grow and where to place them in the bed. To prevent animals and birds from climbing into the bed, a frame surrounded with plastic netting can go on top. Any fencing surrounding the beds would be helpful. Children are taught to watch the garden daily. Bugs should be picked off or organic spray used. The garden should be watered daily or when needed. Vegetable plants may have to be thinned out to get more room to grow. Later, the soil may have to be tilled to prevent weeds and hollow the soil to absorb the water. Gardening is a skill that can be used during one whole lifetime. Vegetables should be harvested and tasted by children as soon as they are ready. Many teachers prepare simple meals or smoothies with the fruit and vegetables. Vegetable scraps can be used to create compost for next year. Use finished compost in a layer on top of the soil to nourish plants. If there isn't enough room for a traditional compost bin, then one can be made from a trash can. Making a compost bin from a trash can is really easy. Buy a 40-50 gallon trash can. Be sure it has a lid that can lock. Drill holes in the bottom and sides so that air can get into it. The holes should be about 6 inches apart using a 3 1/4 inch bit. Make sure the holes aren't too large so that small animals and rodents can't get in. Holes add air to the compost mixture. Air is needed as fuel for the microbes. Turning the barrel adds air into the mixture. Green and brown yard materials are needed to make compost. There should be 3 times as much brown than green. Green materials are grass clippings, peelings from fruit and vegetables, dead greens from the garden, eggshells, and coffee grounds. The brown materials are fallen leaves like maple leaves and straw. Wet the brown materials before adding it into the bin. Compost decomposes faster when it heats up between 120 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit. A hot bin will cook your compost faster. For faster composition, shred larger items and turn the bin every few days. Give the bin a big heap of materials instead of small ones and keep the bin in the sun. The pile of compost should be ready in 4 to 6 months. Compost is finished when it's dark, rich in color, and crumbles easily. You shouldn't be able to pick out any of the original ingredients.
It is now. All right, roll, roll, roll your boat. That's a funny looking boat. Don't you need water? Did you put any water in? Taking a video.